Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be putting a 2.5 inch lift on my 96 Dodge Ram. This truck needs shocks, so after looking online, hell, the shocks aren't much more than just buying the shocks with the lift. So basically got 2 inch blocks in the back and some 2.5 inch coil spacers for the front and all new shocks. So we're going to go ahead and knock out the back first. We'll do that part of the video and then we'll jump over to the front. So the back's pretty simple. I'm going to yank the tire off here real quick and show you what I'm doing. So got the wheel yanked off here. You're going to want to put a jack stand underneath the frame because you're going to drop this axle down. So got my jack stand up front up here. Gonna go ahead before I drop all the weight off. You guys can see how nasty my shocks are. They're seeing better days. So I'm gonna go ahead here and undo these clamps. Basically, I'm gonna pull the nuts off the bottom there, pull these loose, undo this shock right here. We'll drop this axle down and put the new block in, bring it back up, get my clamps back on, and replace my shock. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these yanked off real quick and I'll come back. All right guys, got the block in, new bolts on. Right now what I'm having to do on this driver's side is I'm actually gonna have to drop the spare tire to get the bolt to the top of that shock. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the spare tire out and then get that shock undone. What I've ran into though, I don't have the little piece that goes here to undo this, so I'm gonna actually put a pair of pipe wrench on the inside. This bar actually goes all the way in. I just don't have the little end to go into there, but it is loose. I did drop it by hand a little ways just spinning that. So I'm gonna run out, grab something, a pair of pliers or a pipe wrench to get this the rest of the way down, and then yeah, we'll get that shock yanked out and get the new one put in place. So I will cut back, guys. Got it out. So use pipe wrench again. Like I said, I was putting it on here. So I'll show you guys underneath here what I was talking about. Yeah, you guys can see, here's your pipe that goes through to your cable. Yeah. So I don't have a little thing that goes in the end of it, like I said, on the outside, but this is the shock bolt I'm needing to get to, right up there. So I think there's actually a nut on the other side with like a little tab on it. So I'm gonna go ahead, hit this with some PB Blaster, yank that one off, get my new shock in, jack the axle up till it attaches, get that side put in, tighten everything up, and then we will jump over here and tackle the other side. So I will cut back here in just a second. All right guys, got this shock out. You guys can see this thing is shot. I mean, it's supposed to come back up, and yeah, it's not. It is shot. Like, hell, I can't even pull the thing back up now that I pushed it down. So yeah, definitely needed shocks on the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one put in place and get it bolted in. I did screw up. I got to pull these back loose. They're loose right now. I haven't got them tightened down, but I got to put this plate back in here real quick. So not that big a deal, but I do need to loosen those back up and put those in. To get this top bolt out, like I said, you have to drop that tire. You can get an impact, but you kind of gotta get it up above this rail. I don't know if you guys can see right there. Yeah, right in there somewhere. You got to get it kind of above that rail, the rusted part there. You can see, kind of at an angle, but you can get it in there, so makes it a little easier. But definitely PB blast everything. This, like I said, this truck's got a little surface rust, but nothing major. But it is a 96, so yeah, you're gonna struggle, I think, a little bit getting this stuff broke loose. But anyway, I'm gonna get these loosened up, get this thrown in, get the shock back in, and basically tighten everything up, and then I'll cut back and we'll jump over to the other side. All right, guys, here's this side down. I'll grab a tape measure here too, but I want to kind of give you guys a visual of the difference here. You guys can see that side. Again, this is just blocks, nothing too crazy, but I mean, you guys can see quite a bit of difference there. 2 inches, so it's not, again, nothing too crazy, but definitely noticeable. So like I said, I'll grab a tape and put a tape on it to show you guys kind of the difference. All right, guys, here we go. So you're just at about 9.5 on this side, 9 3/4, somewhere in there. We'll go over here to the other side. Again, you guys remember these shocks were trash, so it does. So we're at 11 1/4. So yeah, almost dead at the 2 inches. So looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. This will give me the clearance. Really, I want it for the front. If you guys watched my last video, you guys can see where it's rubbed through up there. We're rubbing through hole over here, and then this new fender, or the fender liner that came with this one, we're starting to rub. You guys can't see it because it's dirty, but it's starting to rub on the inside back there as well. So that's the main reason. And again, I knew these shocks were trash, so getting new shocks on it, getting the front up just a touch higher, ought to make it clear anyway with these wide tires that are on here. So anyway, let me get this other side started, and I will cut back. If I run into anything on this side that's noteworthy, I'll show you, but basically it's the same process as the other side. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this one, and I'll show you guys the truck after both sides of the back. All right, guys, should have mentioned this in the beginning, but basically what tools you're gonna need to do this is a 21mm, a 22mm, a hammer, a screwdriver, a 21mm wrench, some PV blaster. That should get you everything. Your shock bolts, the bottom of your leaf spring bolts, that's all 21mm. This particular kit, these new ones are 22s. So jack stand and a jack. If you got an impact, a lot easier than doing with a ratchet or wrench. So don't have to have them, but air impact makes it a lot easier. So, but yeah, so pretty simple. Again, want to go over that real quick because I probably should have thrown that in the beginning, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this side yanked off. I'll come back. All right, that's gonna be where I'm gonna end it here. Got both sides done. Truck looks really good. I'm gonna do the front, but that's gonna be in another video. Took a little longer than kind of wanted. Smoke was a little bit harder to get bolts undone, but nothing too crazy. Honestly, an hour and a half, you should be able to get this done on your truck. So I'll have a link to the description. This kit's off of eBay. It's a cheap kit. I actually got it for I think with taxes and everything it was under $170. So again, with shocks, and it's a 2.5 inch leveling kit or lift kit, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it does make a huge difference. You guys can see the difference in the back here compared to the front. So it'll be really cool to see what it looks like when I get the front done. Again, I'm going to do that in another video. I do have spring compressor, so I'm hoping it'll go fairly smooth. It's a single action spring compressor, so we'll see. I've never used one of those, so we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, I think it's starting to look good. Again, I've got some other plans for this truck. Next will be to get all the body work done on it, get all this crap pulled off the sides, the chrome stuff with the old body trim pieces, get that pulled off, get the truck sanded down, and Raptor line it. So I think I've come to the decision that we're going to do basically the bed, inside the bed, black, do the bumpers black, and then do the truck itself in a Raptor green, probably, maybe olive green. I'm not sure which one, but one of the green colors that they have available. I don't really want to do the paint match, so just want to get something that's close. Again, when you open the doors, pop the hood, there's just going to be a lot of green that you're never going to be able to cover up doing it this way, and without just making this a big project. So it's going to be enough just getting everything sanded down and going that direction. So, but anyway, if you guys have any questions on this, feel free to ask. Again, I'll try to link the parts in the description. So if you guys are looking at doing this, they'll be there. So we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.